Hi, hello, welcome to a new video. A while ago I made a short showcasing a bug that Clown has, where the Killer Shack in Macmillan Estate has no gas collision allowing you to throw through the walls and intoxicating survivors. This is sort of a continuation kind of video, showcasing all the different bugs I've discovered on all the other maps. I'll leave timestamps down below in case you want to go to a specific map, but anyway, let me show you the wonders of clown bugs. So, on Macmillan Estate, I have showcased this before, in the short that I made a while ago, showcasing that on the shack in Macmillan, there is no gas collision, allowing you to throw pretty much everywhere, besides anywhere that actually is like a doorway or the objects on the building. It will not pass through that way. And it will not really pass through on the like window itself and all that. Allowing you to do very cheeky spots and basically being able to dominate Shack in every way for Shack. However, on Suffocation Pit, there is another bug that is related to the main building, where the main building, the roof has very finicky gas collision. It's not zero gas collision, but it's something like that, with it going through very easily. It is very finicky, however, because a lot of the time it will not pass through. It will pass through like some of the time. Not completely, though. Like, there'd probably be a lot more gas, but unfortunately, yeah. Like, it just does not go through completely. Some of the building doesn't even have a sky to it. Like, that should pass through, but it does not. The actual, like, parts on top of the building as well actually do have gas collision, so you do have to worry about that, however. And there are certain parts as well that do not even have a roof, so you can throw into it, or out of it, depending on what you want to do. However, a majority of it you should be able to throw through, and you will be able to get some very good hits with this, with the roof not having as much collision, depending on how the structure is set up. So you will be able to get some very good hits if you're able to throw the gas and make it hit around here. And so they will not be able to make this vault if this window is open. And you're able to throw through here so that you are able to get an easy hit in as well. All the other maps in Macmillan do have gas collision. It is only Suffocation Pit that has this issue. However, on every map there is the shack, and it will be the same on every map. They will all have no gas collision, allowing you to very easily take care of any survivor who is doing that. That is all in Macmillan, so now we shall go to Autohaven. On Autohaven, on Wretched Shop, which is the only map that there is a bug with the main building or anywhere else besides Shack, this little bit right here does not have any gas collision, allowing you, if this window is open, to get easy hits, or even just simply with basement here as well, you're able to throw in, basically be able to throw into basement very easily. The rest of the main building obviously has this giant wide open roof, so you will not be able to really get away with anything. And there is nothing else on, and the sides of them also do have collision. It is only this little bit here. You could throw it from this side, so that if a survivor does take a fast vault, they will be slowed down, and you'll probably be able to hit them quite easily. A side note, with any shack that is kind of like Autohaven and Macmillan, however Macmillan obviously having zero gas collision, Autohaven and maps like it, like Cold Wind and Ormond, etc., have this bug where you are able to throw between this little bit and you are able to go over the wall. The roof itself actually does not have any gas collision in general. I missed that. But however, if you hit it, It does not have gas collision. It is not as consistent as other Macmillan, as the rafters do have collision, stopping you in your tracks a little bit. However, if you're able to have good RNG, you will actually be able to get down into the bottom part. However, the main drive for you to throw is inside, where you're able to throw inside, and it will go to the other side of the wall. It does get stopped by any pieces of metal, however, so you do have to worry about that. But you are able to get away with very cheeky spots on any map that has this type of shack. Any other shack that is not like this, does not have the same collision, it will actually be fine. As well as like any shack that is a square, which is like a lot of the other maps, they will not have a problem either. That is all in Autohaven. So next we shall look at Badham. On Badham, the main building does have gas collision, not allowing you to throw anywhere inside, unfortunately. However, the other two buildings on Badham do not have gas collision on the roof, allowing you to throw inside. And what you could do is throw on where the generator is and be able to tell if a survivor actually is working on it without having to test if they are in fact there. It is a bit finicky because these little bits of board actually do sort of you know, cut it off a little bit. See, as they do not allow to really pass through a lot. However, you are able, mainly, to throw here and around here, so that you are able to basically test if somebody's on this gen, or be able to cut off this pallet here a little bit. Make him freak out, maybe make the survivor freak out a little, and possibly even make him either pre-throw it, or get an easy hit on them. The other main building as well, this little shed here, by the way, does have gas collision. So, there's not really a reason to throw at it, but it's good to at least note that that does have gas collision. The other building also does not have gas collision as well. And thankfully, it also does not have really any of the problems that the other building has, which is little bits of wood that kind of cut it off. The best part about it is if you aim around here, you will be able to get to this little bit here. It will pass through for the roof and basically force a survivor, if they were coming up this way, to try and get the easy fast vault, either here or here. They will be stopped in their tracks and having to do a medium bolt guaranteed. You will have to aim around here, but if you're chasing around this building anyway, you're probably going to be going by this way anyway, and so you'll probably be able to get a bottle through the on the roof and through the wall. It works anywhere on the roof as well. This little bit here obviously has no roof, so it doesn't really matter. You'll probably be able to pass it through anyway. But it will work anywhere on the roof here or on the other building, allowing easy hits and slow down on the survivor. That is really all for Badham, so we shall move on to Swamp. On Swamp, originally, this little hut and the main building had a issue where if you threw a bottle, it would go below to the bottom half. This was the original bug I found a long time ago. It was a bug that has been patched. Thankfully, it's actually a bug that is good that it's gone. However, what behavior have failed to see was that the LT wall, the pallet window, the only pallet, any normal loop that exists on Swamp does not have gas collision, allowing you pretty much everywhere to hit a survivor with a purple, or even just speed yourself up with a yellow. This works on every single... Another bug on Swamp is that the roof has no gas pollution. Similar to other maps where it has like rafters, these hanging cages and hooks will block gas because they have gas pollution. However, everything else on the roof does not, allowing you to pretty much, guarantee this vault will be a medium vault by throwing at the roof, or not allowing them to really get anywhere else, possibly to like one of these pallets on the side of the building. This does not apply to the Pale Roads' boat. It will only apply to Grim Pantry's main building. There are still a lot of holes, but it doesn't really matter as it will go straight through anyway. That is all for Swamp. Now we'll go to Chapel. So, on Chapel, the shack, as per the other maps like Autohaven, have the same bug. I will not be showcasing it here, obviously. Check out the Autohaven part if you want to see that. However, on the little carriage here, the roof actually does not have collision itself. Only for the roof. You cannot throw in between and it will go through. It's only the roof. It is not particularly useful, as you can just kinda throw through any other part of the building. However, it is still good to note that there is no collision there in case somehow you want to get a easy throw up there. You can just do that and easily get a medium vault automatically given to you. The main building itself is completely fine. There is not really any bugs besides obviously there being holes in the roof properly, so we will not be showcasing that. But it is a fair thing to note, however, that on both Chapel and Ward, that there are this black smoke. And it's like black smoke, for some odd reason, counts as a collision, not allowing you to really pass through it that much when you want to aim through these little holes. Basically, imagine the building actually being properly built and not half burned to the ground, as well as being on Ward as well. So you cannot just aim into the middle of the building and just easily get it. You can, however, obviously throw through this little bell bit to possibly get that if you are very good at aiming. However, usually it will not really matter, as there is this obvious hole here that you can throw through. Everything else about Chapel, however, is safe. There is no bugs, besides obviously little bits there, which I will not be counting. Simply, the Chapel, the little carriage, has no roof collision, and the shack obviously being bugged. That is all that Chapel really has to offer. So let us go to the next map. DeadDawg Saloon has many bugs related to certain parts of the map, such as any of these little front porches do not have gas collision as much, or any on it. However, any of the front awnings that are these like very patched up wooden parts do actually have gas collision, so you cannot throw it on any of them. So this bit having it being very patchy, it will have gas collision. However, this building, and there's a couple other buildings like it, that will have a normal front porch, and it will have no gas collision. Bits like this as well will have gas collision. Did not throw that correctly, as they will just stay up there. And The other bug is that main building does not have a gas collision either, allowing you to throw through that through the roof and be able to possibly hit a survivor. It won't be as useful as the main building itself is very big, and it will not really come in handy as often. However, it is still something to keep an eye on, because you'll be able to cut off a survivor's route possibly by throwing at certain parts, and they will not want to run the way they wanted to go. You could also, as a survivor, survivor can in fact get a fast throw off of this if they run it at a certain direction. You could throw at the roof and be able to make a survivor not be able to fast ult it. However, again, you could just throw it from here, throw it there, throw it here, and stop the survivor entirely from getting the fast ult if they even try, delaying them a bit further. That is all that DeadDawg really has. The sign itself on the main building doesn't have a gas collision, so you do have to worry about that a little bit. You cannot just throw willy-nilly at the main building. It will be able to at least stop a survivor from working on a gen, as it will just break and go into the balcony part. This will work on any part as well, as all of it does not have gas collision. It will not be useful really over here, but if somebody does decide to hide in this little bit, you can check easily without having to look inside. That is really it for DeadDawg, as the other buildings do have gas collision, including the shack. There is a little bit that is does not have gas collision, which is this little bit here that the survivors stand on when they work on a generator. This does not have gas collision, no matter what. So you can just throw through that, and it will go to the bottom part. It's not very useful to because usually it won't really matter, because you're trying to aim above, not really below. But that's it for DeadDawg Saloon. That's pretty much all the bugs I have discovered with Clown. There might be some more that I haven't found, and if you do find them, please tell me. I'd love to know about these different bugs that exist for him. This is more of like a slight call to the devs to fix these issues, because I mean, things like Macmillan shack should not exist, but some of them are kind of just fine. Like on Chapel, the carriage doesn't really need to be fixed, but it's always good to have it at least fixed so that it works properly. If they haven't been patched yet, then go ahead and use them. The more people who know about it, the more likely the devs will patch it, which will be a good thing. If you want to subscribe, that's awesome. Thank you very much. I stream on Twitch pretty much every day, so come hang out and watch me try and use these bugs to my advantage, and try and discover more wacky ways of using Clown, since a lot of people don't know about this. I've not really seen any other Clown main that I've seen talk about this, so why I've made this video. I might make a follow-up video if there's like enough of other bugs that have been discovered, but I don't think that'll happen. I might make like a short out of them, though, possibly. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.